Hi everyone and welcome back to Cupid Parasite. So today we are going to continue on Raul's route, shall we? Let's go. Alright. The next day, filming experienced some difficulties. I wonder why. Raul.
待ってくれ、ミア。どうして置いていくんだ。そんなに仕事が大切なのか？
Dude, yes.
またこんな結末なのか。俺はいつもダメだ。
You're
俺には
being kind of controlling, dude. I don't know. I don't think I would like that character.
Stop!
What's going on?
今のもちょっとイメージと違うんだよな。
すみません、何度も。
いやま、うちの撮影なんていつもこんなもんだ。気にするな。でもな、もっと恋の深みが欲しいんだよ。
恋の深みですか。
Yeah, your love's kind of shallow, man.
そう。今のだとお気に入りのおもちゃを取られてダダをこねてる子供みたいに見えるんだ。執着は出てるんだけど、かっこよくない。
It seems lame and childish.
大人の色気と捨てられた男のダサさみたいな。いや、それはちょっと違うな。でもまあ、とにかく恋の深みだよ。
Just saying more depth doesn't exactly help either.
続けて何度も撮ってるし、火の位置も変わってきたからな。ラウルのシーンは今日はここまでにしようか。じゃあ次はシーンない。ミアが一人で食事をするシーンを撮ろう。
Director clapped his hands to signal everyone to begin preparing for the next scene. This scene only had the leading actress by herself, so that was it for Raul for the day. Raul.
また迷惑かけちゃったな。
Yeah, because he kind of has a childlike understanding of pretty much everything. Raul got changed and appeared with a troubled look on his face. Good work today.
先生、俺の恋の演技、どこがダメかわかる？
As he stood in front of me, I compared his performance with his co-star. I think it's because you haven't really developed your own sense of values when it comes to love.
恋愛か。
You still have a very childish thought process when it comes to that. Like in the fourth scene, it didn't feel like a moment between lovers. It was too friendly. It needed a more genuine simplicity. It was obvious that the man had other women on the side. He didn't seem like he needed the heroine. You're playing a man that only has eyes for her, but she chooses her work over you. That's where the emotional value comes from.
そうだよね。
It's hard to get that feeling when you never get turned down, you know? Oh, and your eyes don't look like they're in love.
目？
Yeah. When someone experiences passionate love, their eyes sparkle, like the other person is all the stars in the night sky.
キラキラって、こんな感じ？
Raul opened his eyes wide in an effort to make them sparkle. No. I didn't feel like the eyes of someone in love. If I had to put it into words... you're thinking about mythology right now, aren't you?
バレたか。
Yeah. I knew it. That's the exact same face he makes whenever he talks about mythology. Raul, the obsessed parasite. His expressions are brightest when he's talking about his obsessions.
でもな、神話のことを考えている時以上に目が輝くことなんてないんだけど。
That's why we gotta fix this. Well, for any normal person, being in love is what does it. It's because you've only had casual encounters your entire life. No amount of one-night stands will get you any closer to understanding true love. You've still never been in love, right?
そうだね。
Yeah.
少なくとも先生が言ってたみたいな複雑な感情とか苦しさとかはまだ感じたことないかな。でも嫉妬とか独占欲とかはちょっと分かった気がするんだ。
Ah, yes.
前はそれすらなかったから。
Oh my gosh. Raul smiled softly as he looked at me. My heart skipped a beat. I got the sense that last comment was directed at me. Jealousy and possessiveness. It's because of that last meeting, isn't it? I still haven't talked to Raul about that day. I couldn't bear to bring it up because it was so embarrassing. The mood suddenly turned awkward, so I cleared my throat. Well, if you fall in love with someone nice, you'll understand. And as your Cupid, I'll be on the lookout for that moment. The problem right now, though, is that you aren't able to meet anyone. That, and you don't seem to need love at all. This is all for the lessons and for his acting. Raul doesn't seem to have any desire to fall in love. See, that's kind of the problem.
確かに恋が何なのかわからない以上したいって気持ちにもならないよね。仕事がなきゃ恋しようとすらしなかっただろうし。だって恋って面倒なんでしょ？趣味について考える時間が減るし、生産性がないってみんな言ってるよ。
Cause you're around, yeah. Anyway, nobody you know. You mean all your Sillywood actor friends? What about your parents?
そうそう。スタッフたちが話してるのもよく聞くよ。今は仕事一筋で行きたいから恋はパスって。
I guess that makes sense.
俺も恋をしたせいで石像を磨いたり文献を読む時間が減るのは嫌だしな。
Oh my gosh. I don't like how he thinks that love could be a pain. Well, it kind of can be. It's true that the recent decline in marriage rates are partially due to that way of thinking among humans. Back in Celestia, the couples that separated after I brought them together would often say they wanted to focus on work or hobbies. I'm here right now to stand up against that cultural shift. It does have value. In my humble opinion, it's incredibly wonderful. You can do your hobbies together.
そうなのかな。
Don't you have any longing for love? After all those myths and stories you've read, don't you want to experience it for yourself?
でも神話って意外と描写はあっさりしてるよね。一目惚れしてとか、怪物退治したら嫁にもらったとかばっかで。
I mean, I wish you could say he was wrong about that. I was gonna say they're kind of not. I'm sure there was more to it, but they didn't have paper back then, so you had to get to the point right away.
ああ、でもキューピッドに恋の矢を打たれてみたいとは思うよ。クレタの王妃がお牛に恋できるぐらい強力なパワーなんでしょ？
What? Well, I can't deny that's how the story goes, at least. This is so annoying. Hearing him talk like that made it sound like my dad was completely right. I can hear him now. I told you so, young one. This is where my skills as an advisor come in. I have to prove to him that he can learn about love even without Cupid. Well, what about romantic movies or novels? Have those ever made you want to see what it's like to be in love? Does he actually read those?
実は今まで一回もそういう経験ないんだよね。恋愛映画見てても違うとこが気になっちゃうし。
So I had anyway, I'm not gonna go in the story mode. I'll stick with this. Sorry. What other stuff?
このロケ地、ギリシャだな。近くにゼウスの神殿があるんだよなとか。
Of course. Or I'd keep an eye out for bas relief carvings in the background or statues of Nike, things like that. Okay. Nike. Wait, was that him talk? Anyway, Nike, you mean Nike?
そう。ナイキと言ったら勝利の女神。ニケって言った方が一般的かな。
Is it Nike? That's the last thing you should be looking for in a romantic movie.
そうなんだよ。そっちばっかり気になって恋愛シーンに全然意識向かないんだ。
Anyway, like I was dating this guy one time and we watched this romantic comedy movie and the only thing it's like I don't watch romances, but I'll watch this one because it's actually really funny. It was only because of this one like side character, which was hilarious. But he's like, yeah, this is the only one I'll ever watch. Just because of that character. Rom-coms and stuff are usually for women. Men don't usually really like them. It's not like I didn't know that already, but all I could do in that moment was sigh. How could someone who doesn't understand the wonder of romance movies star in one himself? This is a bigger problem than I realized. Even though he really had no experience with romance, I thought he would understand its entertainment value if nothing else. Most guys know. Alright, then let's watch some romance movies together to learn more about them.
え、本当？じゃあローマの
Roman holiday? But I'll be focusing on romantic plots and no mythology talk. One mythological word and I'm out of there.
え、そんな
I'm being tough, dude. We gotta get you. Raul fell to his knees. Forbidding any talk about mythology must have been a real shock to his system. Well, if you really don't want to, I just won't do it. What'll it be? I glanced at Raul, who was still on his knees. He forced himself back up and dusted himself off.
いや、やりたい。先生、お願いします。
Trying to
俺
help.
に恋の楽しさを教えてください。
Trying to help you with your career, dude. The look on Raul's face was serious. It wasn't the usual relaxed feel he gave out. He really does want to learn from me. Then I smiled in response. Yeah, well. Alright, then let's go rent some movies. I'll pick out the very best of the best. We'll see. See if he understands it. We went and picked out a bunch of different movies, then headed to Raul's place. Dangerous place, girl. Piled up the movies we rented, and I thought about which one to watch first. Let's go with the standard passionate love. Instead of movies that are like a tug of war, I thought it would be better to experience a fateful romantic life. Now, should we go with a happy ending or a tragic one? Go with a happy one. I think Raul might understand tragedy better, in which case... picked up 3 choices. Ooh. Moulin Rouge. Let's kick things off with this one. Moulin Rouge. Actually, like the actual movie that they're talking about. I love it. It has what's his name? Guy who plays Obi-Wan Kenobi. And the prequels with Hayden Christensen. I love that movie. I love it so much. It's a true romance that shows how to deal with all kinds of tough obstacles. Aunt Minerva and I watched a bunch in Celestia. I love that movie. They knew they shouldn't be together, but they were in love. Everyone objected. They broke up, but knew they'd be together again. It was a perfect example of what romance should be like. In the actual Moulin Rouge. Spoilers for a really old movie. She dies at the end. I think she dies of like an STD or something because she was a courtesan. Yeah. It was a great movie though. I love the music. I love it.
But
they're not gonna talk about that in this. Such a great movie. Pay attention to how they use their eyes, okay? And I'll pause it here and there to explain the change in their emotions.
はーい、先生。俺もコーヒー用意しといたよ。
I hate coffee. I looked down to find fresh brewed coffee and French pastries waiting on the table. Now the French pastries I love. Wow, that looks delicious. Where'd they come from?
見るならこれでしょ。本当はワインがいいかなって思ったけど、今日は勉強会だからさ。
I don't like wine either. You definitely made the right choice. When it comes to studying, Raul is an undeniably diligent student. Since I know what he's like, I was able to talk to him honestly without holding back, despite what had happened between us. I think I'd put distance, but I can't. I'm still a bit nervous since I'm at his house. We'll just grow a backbone and tell him no. But there is no reason to think things would get either hot or heavy. You're watching a romance movie. Really. I pressed play and sat on the couch feeling at ease. I also got to sit away from each other. The company logos came and went, and the intro music started to swell. Our film screening had officially begun. Started off with a simple setting description: Paris, 1899.
あ、今の見た？さっきの建物の窓飾りがキューピッ。
If you want to start talking mythology, I'm perfectly happy to go home and leave you to it.
なんでもないです。
Thank you. Paris, 1899. Our lovers' romance begins in the hilly whatever. I don't know French very well. I took 1 year of French, leave me alone. But look at their faces. See how he gazes at her when he first sees her? It's clearly love at first sight for him.
なるほど。確かに恋に落ちたのはわかるね。
Yeah.
なんで落ちたのかはわからないけど。
It's up to you to make the audience forget about the why. As long as the emotion comes across, the reason doesn't matter. That's how important the scene is. You have to tell the audience that you fell in love at this moment, or this story won't make sense.
この俳優はそれに成功した。だからこの作品は多くの賞を取ったし、今も愛されているってわけだ。
Yes. Yep, that's exactly right.
なるほど。責任重大だね。
Raul smiled playfully, his eyes still glued to the screen. He seemed really interested in the movie now. Had somehow suddenly motivated him as an actor. Well, he's gotta get better at his craft. He finally saw the importance of portraying love. He realized this was why his director kept having him redo his scenes. Yeah, because it's subpar. From that point on, he didn't mention mythology a single time. He watched quietly and listened carefully to my explanations. A few times he acted out lines from the movie to himself.
この世で最高の幸せは、君を愛すること、君と共に生きること。
Oh. Work hard, buddy. That was the line from the movie, word for word, but for some reason when Raul said it, something felt off. He seemed to realize it too. He placed his hand over his mouth and turned his head to the side, thinking it over.
この世で最高の幸せは、いや違うな。全然違う。
He stared at the screen and frowned. I could tell he was completely serious about figuring it out. Raul Akanite is an action star. His agent told me he's best suited for roles where he can utilize his own personal experiences. So if he could have a kind of virtual personal experience through these movies, that could be really useful for him. As I watched him work, I prayed that he could develop a true longing for love. Not everyone gets that longing. And then, we watched all the movies together back to back. When we arrived at the 5th movie of the night, holy cow, I need to take a break. Oh. In that last scene, his actual words are pretty strong, right? But more than anything, he was expressing regret. Oh, and here, the man is expressing his own internal strife. That might be a good reference point for you. Are you even paying attention anymore? Huh? All of a sudden, something soft yet heavy plopped down onto my head. Is it his head? Yeah, he fell asleep. That would hurt. Sorry, but like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I was gonna say 5 movies is a lot. You fell asleep. Yeah, you watched 5 movies. Even if all of them are only an hour long, that's 5 hours of doing nothing but watching movies. Raul's head is lying on mine. Move it. It's not gonna be comfortable. The ending credits finished, and in the black reflection of the screen, I could see Raul fast asleep. His breath slowed. He was clearly in a deep sleep. That's when I remembered. That's right. Raul started filming really early this morning. His agent told me during the shoot that it was tough because Raul was filming for another thing really early. Yeah, you must be really exhausted, Raul. And he made him watch 5 movies in a row. Poor guy. And yet he was willing to study all these movies with me. I'm sure he was most irritated at his own acting. Yeah. Rockanite is serious and sincere about his work after all. But something about all of these parasites is they actually are very serious about their line of work. His head suddenly felt heavier. My heart started beating faster. That slow movement gave me the impression of desire. Our bodies were touching and I could feel his close body heat. He was warm and heavy, but heavy in the way that I found comforting. I leaned back against him so that we were each supporting each other. He seemed so young and innocent, a man that doesn't know love, but I still don't know that much about him. For one thing, I don't know anything about your childhood. I whispered that, half to myself. The only response from him was more soft breathing. He never talks about his private life. It's always just mythology. There was nothing about him personally he would ever mention. Normally, when he was awake, he was innocent, sincere, and friendly, but he refused to rely on anyone. He didn't really refuse anyone, but he never changed anyone either. That told me he didn't mind being alone. Yeah, I can relate to that. Just like the action movies he's in, he has the strength to overcome many difficult obstacles. Up till now, I hadn't really realized it, that he had never relied on me or tried to get my attention. Even when making love, he went for the most straightforward moves, like a trainer at a gym. It kind of sounds boring. Sorry. He found the most pleasurable areas and focused on those. And when I woke up the next morning, he was back to his normal casual self. This was the first time he's ever shown any kind of vulnerability. It was clear he had started to feel more relaxed around me. That made me kind of happy. Yeah. I could hear his quiet, regular breathing. I just sat there listening as I leaned against him. That's gonna be, like, he's gonna have a nasty, like, neck pain. You awake? I woke up on the couch. Is she? She's still there? Okay, no, she left. Okay. There's a blanket draped over me. I have absolutely no idea what happened. I looked at the clock. It's only 10 o'clock. I suddenly felt my stomach rumble and remembered I hadn't eaten dinner. We didn't even eat dinner? Oh my gosh. Just then I heard footsteps near the window. My eyes opened wide at the sight of her there. Oh, so we are still there. Okay. I need something else. She was messing around with the Mars statue. Apparently she had just finished putting my hat on it. Next, let's try this. She grabbed a pair of nearby sunglasses and stuck them on the statue. I couldn't see her face, but she seemed to be having fun. Now it looks much more like Mars. The face was totally wrong, so I had to take care of that. Next up is... She was humming to herself as she crouched down next to the statue of Neptune. This section here is totally wrong, I think. She looked at the Minerva statue, turning her head to the side. Such a cute little movement. I wanted to run over and hug her. But I had to hold myself back. I didn't want to stop her from having fun with the statues. She was eager to interact with them even without me. She must be a true enthusiast. She's just dressing up the statue of her dad and messing with the statue of her aunt. With any other girl, it was clear they only pretended to like mythology when I was around. As a Sillywood actor, it was impossible to meet a girl that truly loved myths. I was always let down in the end. Yeah, there's plenty of women and stuff who love myths. Like, I have friends who are archaeologists and stuff, so... Any girl that was interested in me just pretended to try and catch my interest. So that's why he likes us, or likes her. That's good. At first I thought she was just playing along too, even though she obviously knew a lot about the topic. I was so happy whenever she knew what I was talking about. I felt genuinely awful when she got mad at me. But she really does love it. It's because it's her family. She wouldn't care otherwise. She was angry at me as my advisor, I guess, because it wasn't helping me understand what love is. Oh, you're so adorable sometimes when you're not acting like a himbo. I pulled the blanket up and closed my eyes. I could still hear her making happy sounds. I probably would have left. I don't think I would have stayed. Mars, Venus, Cupid. She whispered their names one after another. I wanted this moment to last forever. Because he found a girl who likes the same hobbies as him. Then I heard footsteps and felt a shadow fall over me. He still isn't ready to wake up, huh? What should I do now? She leaned in close to my face and I completely froze up. I pretended to be asleep, waiting to see what she'd do next. Usually if a girl stayed over, she tried to kiss me in secret or drape herself over me seductively to wake me up. If I left now, I'd have to leave the door unlocked. But should I really stay the night again? Well, I have to go to the set with him tomorrow anyway, so maybe it's okay. And I need to return the movies tomorrow too. As she mumbled to herself, I could tell she was wandering away from me. I'm gonna steal your bed, dude. Sucker, you could sleep on the couch. I stuck a quick peek and saw her walking into the kitchen. After a moment, I heard the fridge open. Now we're gonna cook. I'm so hungry. He wouldn't mind if I just had a little something to eat, right? I guess she hadn't eaten dinner either. When we finished the 4th movie, it was already past 7 o'clock. Oh my gosh, so many movies. Once I fell asleep, I guess she felt like she couldn't leave and had just stayed there waiting for me. She's the world's most professional advisor. I couldn't deny I was happy that she was still here, or still there. No Sillywood actress would care about locking the door if I was asleep. They'd just leave as soon as they felt like it. What I would probably do is, like, lock the door and try to slip it under in through a mail slot or something. And here's my own personal advisor, or wake them up, be like, hey, I want to leave. So lock your door. I'm just not that nice. And here's my own personal advisor spending all her free time on me. I know it's just part of her job, but still.
でも、
Oh.
石像で遊ぶのは仕事じゃないもんな。
I would be afraid to do that to, like, upset him. I couldn't help but smile. I really was getting hungry, so I decided I should get up and head to the kitchen. As I stood up, I decided it would be a good chance for us to make dinner together. Aww. I also hoped she'd be willing to talk a bit about mythology as a reward for studying those movies so hard today. Of course. Of course. Aw, we're getting to the sweet part now. He's character developing now. The next morning. I love it. I love the character development in this game. Okay, I'll go ahead and return the movies.
あ、うん。別に俺返しとくけど。
Sure about that? No, it's fine. I wanted to stop by my place first anyway. Yeah, I'm wearing the same clothes I wore yesterday. You just get as much rest as you can until it's time to perform. I'll meet up with you on set. Bye! I need to go change so people...
行っちゃった。
I'm wearing the same clothes, dude. I don't want people knowing I stay at your house. Not like they would judge me, but I just don't want to. It'd feel gross anyway. After she left, I felt slightly alone. Slightly lonely.
一緒にロケ現場行きたかったんだけどな。
Aww. That'll get people talking. But she kept telling me that I have to learn to rest properly or I just keep dozing off. After we ate dinner, she forced me to take a bath and then shuffled me off to bed like a child. She's babying you, dude. I was so tired I fell asleep as soon as my head hit the pillow and I didn't wake up again till morning.
女の子と何もせずに一晩明かしたのは初めてだな。
Holy crap, I would get you tested. Who knows what's going on? Our whole time together, the mood never went that way. We didn't even kiss. I couldn't remember the last time that happened. Wait, even during the Parasite house? When did he have the time? What? What was this strange feeling in my chest? Did I get a bit of a muffin stuck in my throat?
まあ、
Your
いや、
throat's not your...
俺もそろそろ出かける準備しようっと。
You need to dwell on these things, dude. Despite still feeling slightly confused, I got myself ready to leave. When I found my sunglasses still on the Mars statue, I felt another strange sensation in my chest. I was ready to not putting clothes on those statues. I'd be dressing them up in all sorts of weird costumes. Finding love in Lost York. All that's left is to loosen your restriction on marriage and allow him to date our members. She's like, I'm not... I wanted you to date him. You're not picking up my signals. A heavy sigh echoed around the interview room. Honestly, I would have been blunt, be like, here. I need you to pretend to date him to get his role figured out, and then once it's done, you guys don't do this anymore. I don't know. I was having my weekly meeting with Raul's agent today. Yet there was a heavy, almost oppressive atmosphere surrounding us. Raul's agents acted more like Cupid than Cupid. Both Raul's agent and I were feeling down for a very specific reason. The filming today had suffered more difficulties. Oh, poor Raul. Poor guy.
ラウル、違うよ。そこはもっと甘い表情で落ち込んで、それじゃリストラされたビジネスマンだよ。
Honestly, she should have brought like Gil and Alan to help coach him. Gil has the like soft sweetie moment
前よ
down.
り良くなったけど、まだ違うな。一瞬しか映らないけど、そこはついに彼女を諦める大切なシーンなんだ。ほら、もう一回。
もう一回。Even though Gil is slightly stalkerish in some of these routes, I don't think so much in Shelby's route or his own route, but yeah, he comes off kind of strong. I think it would help him though. Raul's been receiving criticism after criticism numerous times today. He had to do multiple retakes for every scene. After a while, he caused a delay. As a result, all of the scenes that don't require him to do any romantic acting are done. Woo! If watching movies and offering up tips and tricks wasn't enough, then all that's left is for Raul to experience the real thing. But I think it'll go well if Raul has someone he can be with. He's changed lately. I feel like, can't you? For some reason, the agent looked at me, then sighed. She's like, you're not picking up the signals. I don't know. Well, I've compiled a list of potential members who are compatible with someone like Raul. Please take a look. I take out the list I've compiled with members, but then the agent just heaves a sigh. We are a parasite in our own right. Well, it's my duty. I like to do a good job. Plus, I'm the Cupid of love. My raison d'etre, I don't know, is to deliver love to as many people as I can. It's my duty. Thank you, agent. Thank you, agent, for just being blunt. I apologize, but internal regulations explicitly prohibit advisors from dating or engaging with client members past our work. Girl, we passed that. Girl, we have passed that mark multiple times. Agent shrugs and starts flipping through the members list. この子は神話好きな考古学研究者の子で、こっちは博物館に勤めてる子。それに読書好きの市議会議員の娘。Maybe not the city council member's daughter. That probably would not be a good idea. Yes, all of those members have also had a background check and are more than suitable to Raul's wants and needs. まあ、これならいいか。そろそろ観念した方がいいみたいね。Yeah, she was trying to get us hooked with him. The agent closes her eyes and pinches a bridge of her nose. Suddenly, she looks exhausted. After a while, she nods to herself and perks back up. わかったわ。もう少し私の方で身辺調査をして、問題なさそうであれば、ラウルに私から提案します。Always run background checks on people that you're going to date. Always. You will find things sometimes. Thank you for your consideration. Trust me. I have found things, and I have stopped myself from going on dates because I have found things. It could save you. Trust me. All these members are interested in dating someone with marriage in mind. Please make that clear to Raul.
はいはい。肝に銘じるわ。
So he's not going to be interested. Okay. Glad that's out of the way. Now Raul... Sorry. Now Raul should be able to finally meet someone who he can connect with. Bro, we've tried this route. I handpicked members I thought would be perfect matches for Raul. In truth, there's a lot more who could be better fits, but the member I had in mind had got married before I was given the green light from Raul's agent. That's always the case. Anyways, the remaining 3 members might have some quirks, but I think that makes them all the more compatible with Raul. Depends on if he likes the quirks. Once I meet Raul, they meet and Raul opens himself up to the possibilities, love might bloom, I hope. Hold on. Suddenly my stomach drops like the ground beneath me has vanished from thin air. I feel like I'm floating high in the sky. Ugh, I hate that feeling. The ground is still beneath my feet. There's no physical difference, at least as far as I can tell. Currently we're in Cupid Corp's interview room. It's my usual day-to-day workplace.
では、私はこれで。でもこの人たちもうまくいくかわからないし、続けてラウルに指導をお願いします。
It's that. Naturally, it's my pleasure. I saw the agent off while bowing. Things were difficult because of Raul's fame, but now it's no longer an obstacle. Things can progress. Finally, his agent is moving forward. This is for the best. Why don't I feel like that? Why am I not happy for him? Because you like him, you doofus. Oh my gosh, I'm working with 2 doofuses. The slight drizzle of rain outside is making it difficult to see. I gaze out into the rain mindlessly, sipping my coffee across the table from my agent. Today's filming was canceled due to the weather. Still, my agent called me in. I have a feeling she's gonna want to talk about my romantic acting.
交番
Well,
じゃ
yeah.
ないといいんだけど。
I always try to do my best when it comes to a role, but right now I feel like I'm just spinning my wheels. I feel stuck. I drink my coffee like a robot, then I hear the clink of the mug as my agent puts her coffee cup down. She means business.
ラウル、次の恋のレッスンよ。
レッスン？
キューピッドコーポレーションの会員を、
Mm-hmm.
あのアドバイザーさんから紹介してもらったの。
You gotta make
正
your move.
直、まだ結婚は早いから婚活女性とのデートは私としては容認したくないんだけど、もう後がないじゃない。だからあなたさえ良ければ彼女たちとお見合いしてみなさい。
I don't think he'll be too happy that we're picking girls for him to go see. My agent takes out 3 sheets of paper and spreads them before me. Each has a different Cupid Corp member. I don't even look at the details before turning to my agent.
先生がおすすめだって言った人
Yeah, he's not gonna like this.
ええ、そうよ。身元がしっかりしていて、あなたの趣味も理解してくれそうだって言っていたわ。それに私が調べた結果、彼女たちは別にシリウッドスターという肩書きにも興味はなさそうよ。だからきっとあなたのファンでもないわ。
Yeah.
ふん。先生がいいって言ったなら
I don't think you really are, dude. You don't look like it.
そう。婚活中の女性がお相手だから結婚したくないって素振りは見せちゃダメよ。
I feel like that's kind of cruel.
恋をして付き合ってくれるのは OK だけど、結婚はまあうまく逃げてくれると嬉しいわ。あなたはこれからの俳優なんだから。
See, as a Westerner, I always found this mindset weird. Our celebrities get married and divorced all the time. Like, new celebrity couple every single week. It's just, I don't know. It's always been a weird thought process. Or I just don't understand it, but just go, it's not my culture,
こん
but
なこと
I
あ
don't
の
get
ア
it.
ドバイザーさんの前で言ったら本気で怒られるわね。バレないように気をつけなさい。さっきも釘を刺されたわ。
Maybe it's because I like people being happy and I don't want to force them to be alone forever just because I like their acting. Or they're an idol or I'm a fan of their K-pop group or their band or whatever. Plus, you know, celebrity babies are cute. Anyway.
測ってるよ。
I don't want kids, but babies are cute. When they're not mine. I I can date someone. I can even fall in love, but I can't risk any talk about marriage or getting married. Talk about difficult. Still, I get where my age is coming from. I'm an action star who's been cast in a romance movie. I had to put forth an effort. The demographics are completely different, so I have to think about my image as an actor as well as my future. Because of that, I can't suddenly get married. I'm selling a dream. Plus, I don't want to get too involved in romance. I don't want to mess up my image for my agent either. She's so serious and earnest and always does her best for me. I can't improve my acting if I don't learn how to fall in love. I guess that's my weakness as an experience-based actor.
エマやペネロペみたいに恋してなくても上手に恋の演技ができたらよかったのに。
Honestly, I'm starting to think that the movie would be a bigger success without me. My acting just isn't good enough.
Amazon でワニと戦う方がずっと楽だよ。
But sitting around and complaining won't change anything. I have to step up or step down. Those are my only choices right now. That's why I've decided to rely on my teacher and follow her suggestions.
先生がいいと思って選んでくれた人ならきっといいに決まってる。
Yeah.
やってみせなきゃ。
I can't make myself look at their profiles. If I meet them and we go out, will things go better? I really hope so. The drizzle outside the window grew bigger and bigger as I thought about my dating life. Now that drizzle is a loud, spattering rain. I listened to the sound of the storm as I took another sip of coffee. Honestly, I really don't want to do this. Aww. Poor thing. Today is the day that Raul will meet with the selected Cupid Court members. Ahead of their date, I'll be meeting with Raul to review what he needs to focus on. Now, Raul, please repeat the dating tips I taught you.
話をするときはスマホを見ない。神話のトークは控えめに。軽率に寝ちゃダメ。だよね。
I feel like a lot of people need to know dating tip number 1. Perfect, someone's been paying attention.
そりゃあ10回言われたらね。君はついてきてくれないの？
No, what? No. Well, as much as I'd like to, I think that would kind of ruin the mood. I'd much rather allow love to happen spontaneously.
そっか。わかった。
Mm.
君は本当に恋のキューピッドなんだね。
Yes. Always and forever. I nodded proudly, but Raul just sighed. Then he put on his sunglasses and went... Sorry. Then he put on his sunglasses as his own way of getting excited about the dates.
君に引き止められたかったんだけどな。じゃあ、行ってくるよ。
That's a weird thing to say to me, but okay. Pardon? Stop him, but I'm a bridal advisor. My main goal is connecting others for dates, especially with Cupid Court members. Because he likes you! Let's stop him. For a moment, I almost stopped Raul from leaving, but then I yanked back my outstretched hand. Raul watched the entire action. When I looked up at him, our eyes met.
Oh.
Well, this is awkward. Hi. Don't mind me. Right. Don't mind me. Raul tenses like he was about to say something to me. He even looks like he's about to turn to face me, but I step back. Good luck. Please come back to the office once you're all done. I'll be eagerly awaiting your report. We can just go and just tell them no. No.
いい報告できるように頑張るよ。
Bye. Raul walks away from me with an unmotivated expression. He looks so excited. I watched him leave, my eyes occasionally darting to my hand. Why did I reach out? Why does my hand want to grab the hem of his shirt? Because you like him, you doofus. This isn't about me. I should go and pray for his date success right now. I wanted to chaperone him since it's his first serious date, but most members aren't keen on having their having a third wheel advisor. Of course, that's only natural. Having an advisor there would definitely make it difficult for love to flourish. I pray that things will go well for him as I return to my work desk. Or you could ghost them, be like their little personal stalker that they don't know is there. Just to make sure he didn't do anything. After I left, I come to the designated meeting place. I saw a woman standing there with a thick book. I guess that's my first date, a female archaeologist and researcher. That's what my friend does.
どうも、ラウルです。
ああ、あなたが CC 会員のラウル・アコニットさんですか。はじめまして。
She sounds so enthusiastic too.
はじめまして。それでどこ行きますか？
そうですね。では博物館に行きましょうか。あなたは神話好きだと聞いております。
あ、俺のプロフィールシート見てくれたんだ。嬉しいな。
ええ。あなたが夢見がちな神話好きだというのはよく存じております。ですが、オイスターをサタンと称するのはあまり良くないと思いますよ。
It's a figure of speech. I have a lot of people say things are the devil.
はあ、すみません。
Oysters are the devil. They're gross.
それとアンブロシアを食べたいですって。あれは神の食べ物ですから、人間が食べたいなどと不遜なことを言わないでください。
Nice to know you're a killjoy. Okay.
すみません。
I'd be like, all right, I kind of want to end this date now because you don't seem to be any fun.
私、神話の神々やそれを記した当時の人間に敬意を払えない人は嫌いなんです。では、行きますよ。
No wonder you're single. Oh my gosh. She continued to talk at me before taking off. She has a habit of pushing up her glasses combined with some other stuff. I think it's best to call her a highbrow lady.
神話好きって言っても、いろんなタイプがいるよな。
I would be like, all right, well, you have fun at the museum. I'm not going to waste my time and I'm not going to waste your time. Bye. I get the feeling that she could out-talk anyone of the society, including me. She'd win every argument we had. But she's an archaeologist after all. I'm sure she's done some serious research and hates amateurs like me. From her perspective, I'm just a scrub who likes smiths. I'm the kind of person who's more fiction over fact. That's okay. Yeah, kind of. I don't see how this can turn into any kind of romance, but my teacher recommended her, so I should at least try. I think about what to say carefully so I don't get yelled at as I trail behind her. See, that's a failed date already. If you're afraid that you're gonna get yelled at, you just don't. And after that, I went on dates with the other recommended members one after another. First was the highbrow archaeologist, next the bookworm, then finally the museum worker. My agent said they all had similar interests as me and were background checked, but they all sucked.
ポセイドンと会った？バカなことを言わないでください。彼は最高神ゼウスに次ぐ力を持った神です。
Okay.
そんな人と話すことはもうありません。しかもあなた、歩く距離が近すぎです。ゼウスにでもなったつもりですか？失礼します。
Wasn't Poseidon in love with a human female once? Like, okay.
パパの言ってたことと違う。全然お姫様扱いしてくれないじゃない。
Oh my
イケメン
gosh.
でもつまんない。もう帰ろうっと。
See, I knew the city council no.
私のプロフィールシート書いたの執事のセバスチャンだから。本気にしないでよね。See you never.
Okay. Bye. At least that was fast.
私は神話とかはあんまり。私の仕事は美術品の点検とその制作者への敬意を払うことですし。
Then why'd you say you're into mythology then?
ごめんなさい。仕事の連絡が来ちゃったわ。今日はここで。
Okay.
また連絡しますね。
No, alright, bye. It was not even his fault this time. They all sucked. And just like that, my string of dates were over really, really fast.
でもよかった。
It's like, oh, thank goodness.
帰りたかったから。
It was a blessing in disguise. Oh my goodness. Just talking to those women had exhausted me. It's tiring enough to be surrounded by fans, but talking to women who aren't actually interested in me is exhausting. I didn't have any fun. I thought I couldn't fall in love unless I went through the steps, but it's not worth it.
でも無理だよ。
Aw.
もっと楽しい時間を
Hanging out with us.
俺は
Yeah.
知ってるんだもん。
We're fun. It's my time spent with Betty. Time always flies when I talk to her. Plus, we can enjoy talking about mythology too. That is a good compatibility.
別に神話トークしたかったわけじゃないのかな。
Aw, you're growing up. My conversation with the archaeologist was more in-depth than when I talked to Betty about myths. She was incredibly specialized in a way I'll never be. Her background with research was stunning and she knew so much. I didn't have fun at all, because she wasn't fun, she was strict. I thought that talking with Betty had been enjoyable because we could discuss mythology together. Now that I met someone else I could discuss myths with, I'm realizing that's not why I like her.
きっと俺のままでいられるのが
No,
嬉しかったんだろうな。
that's not what you should be gleaning from this. This feeling is different than the person I am with the crew or Sillywood actresses, with my fans or my society friends. Betty never made fun of who I am. She never made fun of my opinions. She always smiles and listens patiently. Then she shares her own thoughts and opinions too. I always felt happy. She might have a completely different point of view, but that's exciting. It makes me want to debate her all night long. Yeah, I'm sure that's what you want to do. And she sees me for who I really am. She doesn't see me as Raul Aconite, action movie star, or as a mythology enthusiast. To her, I'm just Raul. She doesn't hold back with me at all. That makes me feel so happy.
早く
Oh,
彼女に会いたいな。
you already like her in a romantic sense. I feel a desire to go see her and talk with her, to sit with her and see her face. I want to go to her right away.
そうだ。デートが終わったら報告し
Yeah,
に
I
来い
was
って
gonna say.
言ってたんだった。
She told you to report, so let's go report. They ended earlier than planned, so I should go to her right now. She probably won't be happy that the dates ended so soon, but that's not my problem right now. They all left early anyways. I'll just have to listen to her and follow her directions again. After all, is it so bad to want this? Aww. I nearly run to Cupid Court. My strides are so big. Maybe this is what love actually is, or maybe I'm making a mistake. I don't really know. I've never been in love. This is all so new to me. Aww. But when I'm with her, I can feel my acting improving. She's my advisor, my personal Cupid of love. I can't help but break into a run so I can hurry back to her. I wonder if we're gonna get another jealousy thing. What's going on? Back to my desk.
Chi.
Hi, Chi. You're so cute. Chi was using my lap as his resting place as I gently petted him. I was attempting to work, but felt a bit dazed. I'm feeling restless over Raul's dates. I can hardly focus. I start fidgeting as I pet Chi to distract myself. Then an email notification pops up. What? This is from... Who? The sender is one of Raul's dates for today. It's a museum worker. From a professional standpoint, she's intelligent, mature, and quite beautiful. It seems like a natural match, and yet... She's turning him down. She's refusing to see Raul ever again. I suppose that's the difficult part about making a successful match. First date always decides a person's impression. If that falls through, there's no saving the match no matter what. I bet she'd have success if she wasn't dating someone from Parasite 5. I don't know, she seemed kinda rude. Still, I had high hopes that Raul would find some success with her, but I suppose high hopes mean devastating disappointment. That's true. Though I think the feeling I'm feeling isn't necessarily disappointment. What is this? How are you an advisor and not understand emotions? I feel relief. Relief that Raul's date fell through. But I shouldn't be feeling this way. I shake my head and check my inbox again. While wondering about his other two dates, another email reappears. Raul? As if I'd summoned him, the email was from Raul. He finished his last date and is on the way to Cupid Court right now.
Chi?
That was, yeah. She looked up at me and blinked slowly. Our eyes meet, and I tilted my head to the side in mild surprise. The dates ended rather fast, didn't they? A sinking feeling settles into my stomach as I put Chi on my desk. I go and reserve the meeting room. All the while, I prayed for some good news from Raul. Doubt it. But as expected, that feeling in my stomach was unfortunately correct.
いやー、みんな逃げられちゃった。
I know he's happy they all left, but she's like, oh god. It's not funny, Raul. Raul arrived to our interview with a big, flashy smile. I felt both weak and angry, which led me to scolding him. Full stop. What happened? What did you do wrong? What did they do wrong?
それがね。
Raul explained the course of events from start to finish. First day with the archaeologist was the bus. She took mythology quite seriously and was offended by Raul's manner. The second date with the city council member's daughter was difficult too. She wanted a prince and found Raul lacking. Good luck with that, girl. Final date with the museum worker was a mismatch. She wasn't interested in myths and ended up going back to work as well. That was the result of Raul's dates. I mean, that's kind of on you with 2 of those. So she went back to work instead of finishing the date. That means she rejected him from the start. Matches only bring up work or family emergencies when they want to end the date early. Usually they follow up with a rejection email or just stop responding outright. Well, she did send an email. I can't believe that someone who was so serious about mythology couldn't keep up with someone like Raul. She wasn't serious about mythology. You said that you had a difference of opinions, right? Did the conversation get heated?
まあそうだね。新しい知識を得られたのは良かったけど、下手なこと言って怒らせないかビクビクしてたよ。
She was very aggressive. So I see. Add that to her profile. Very aggressive. This is why hobbies often become an obstacle in matches. In the long term, things usually smooth out, but in the beginnings, it's difficult to truly assess the situation. There are lots of couples who end up fighting over the smallest difference of opinion. All 3 of these women were so different, so I thought at least one of them would work out for Raul. Raul Aconite, the obsession parasite, and the action-oriented Sillywood star, an innocent and friendly man. I matched him with those members with the hope that they'd find some level of compatibility. If this is the case, then the others would be...
それよりさ、今日もうちに来るよね。
Oh my gosh. It's so obvious that he likes her. It's just ridiculous. Excuse me? I let out a soft gasp as I felt his words tickle my ear. I hadn't noticed Raul move across to sit next to me. He picked me up and put me on his lap. The movement was so smooth it felt like he'd planned it in advance. Dude, I am at work.
俺さ、
We are at work,
今
sir.
日神話の話は君とするのが一番楽しいんだって気づいたんだ。
Put me back in my chair. I'm gonna get fired.
それにこの間来てもらった時は寝ちゃったからさ。
You're gonna get fired. Oh my
ね
god.
え、今日おいでよ。
Raul smiles innocently, though it feels like he's pleading for my attention. I think he must have not considered me saying no.
君がうちに来たら
No.
話したいことがいっぱいあるんだ。
I don't...
ねえ、いいでしょ？
Oh, you're adorable, but no. Raul tickles my throat like he's scratching a cat's chin. It feels intimate since I'm still on his lap. I'm gonna get fired. We're gonna get fired for this. This is the kind of thing genuine lovers would do. He still doesn't understand that and can't do these things casually. You can't do these things casually. I scolded him for it too. He absolutely deserved it, and in my anger, I turned away. No, I'm not going back with you. You're just slipping back into old habits.
え、
You said you've given up on casual encounters. What's with your attitude right now? He put me on his lap without permission. He touched me without asking. That's not something people who aren't together do. You didn't get a single thing I said. If this is your way of demonstrating what you've learned, then I'm not going.
しちゃダメなの？
No! Of course not. I can't believe that was your intent. Why didn't you say that?
だって他の人とやっちゃダメって言っただけで、君とはしちゃいけないって言われてないでしょ？
Oh boy. Raul smiles and moves his lips closer to my ear.
それに2回目の後も怒られてないし、君だってすごく良さそうだったよ。
Yeah, now you're starting to piss me off. Excuse me? Raul has a point. I already did the deed with him twice. In that moment, I got so embarrassed that I was speechless. That night, having sex with him felt so special. It felt so separate from my work as an advisor, like a special treat. Girl, that's why they had rules. So why you don't do that, and you did it anyway. After that, I got really focused on helping his acting and put that night in the past. I should have scolded him for it. I needed to make up for lost time now and instruct him better. Then Raul put his hand on my chin. I softly gasped. You're gonna get in trouble. You're still at work. Girl. Raul's face was so intimately close to mine. Then he tries to kiss me. Nope. Nope. Oh, this is... Whoa. 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 No. Whoa. No. The memory of... Oh, that was a flashback of the night. Okay. The memory of that past moment comes back and my face warms with a blush. I yank a file from the table and block his kiss. Then I smack Raul with it. No. Bad dog. Down, boy, down.
なんでガードしてるの?
Down. No. Because we can't do this, Raul. You need to go understand. Too much doesn't have a little spray bottle. Goes psst, psst. Bad dog. I get off his lap and pick up the now scattered file. I won't be going with you. I told you that we can't do stuff like this in the beginning. You can't just casually treat me like this. You want to learn about love, you need to abstain. You need to practice a bit of abstinence. Do you understand? Feels like she wants me pent up. Going back to work. Have a pleasant evening. You pissed her off, doofus. Dumbass. She's at work. I leave the interview room with my hand over my heart. My heart's beating so fast I can hear my pulse in my burning ears. What is this feeling? You are Cupid. You should know what this feeling is. I can't do this anymore. Feels as if I'm the one who's in love. See, at least she knows. No, this is just a misunderstanding. I'm just confused. The past pleasure was just that. Pleasure, nothing more, nothing less. Take deep breaths and to help me collect myself. I'll be fine. I can calm down and gather my thoughts again. Now I need to find someone who's not me that Raul can fall for. I need someone he can be head over heels in love for. Good luck with that. But if someone that wonderful was a member, they would have probably get married fairly quickly. Yeah, they probably would have. That sort of member would be fought over by all of the advisors. People Corp members typically are busy Lost Yorkers who have no time to meet people in their day-to-day. That's why they make decisions very quickly. I'd have to take too much time to lecture them on Raul's quirks. What are my other options? Surely there's a member I can recommend. Let my mind switch back to work as I return to my desk. I work on building a new list of people and email to the agent. Unfortunately, she rejected all of them. What a waste. Yeah, I don't... It's like beating your head against the wall, but like, why won't you understand? Understand! I left the Cupid Corp building by myself and headed home feeling confused. Never thought she would reject me like that. Usually I'm the one doing all the asking. Even then, I'd never been rejected.
でも
Yes. Yes.
断られることもあるんだよな。
Now remember this feeling and use it for your acting. Feels like an obvious thing, but it's never occurred to me. Being rejected has left me feeling confused and hurt. Maybe this is why I'm so bad at romantic acting. All my expectations are different from everyday people. Yes, you live in a completely alternate reality from normal people. Normal people don't fight Amazonian crocodiles. They don't get lost in the desert. They don't sleep around this much. No,
俺
they
結
don't.
構普通の方だと思って生きてきたんだけどな。
Yep. I thought it was fun and myths more than people, but after doing all that matchmaking, I think that's not the truth.
ってことは俺今後は絶対彼女と寝ちゃいけないってこと？
For a while, maybe. Never again.
それは嫌だな。
Aww. I don't know if that's sweet or not. But am I really sad because I can't have sex with her? No. Or am I sad because I want to fall asleep next to her and wake up with her in the morning? Oh, now that's sweet. I don't know. I honestly still don't get my feelings. That's why... What I do get is my desire to not go home alone. But I don't want anyone else in my bed tonight.
でも追い出されちゃったし
Yeah,
な。
just go home and dwell on your feelings, dude. Oh well, I should just go home and practice my romantic acting again. I feel like if I can move past my feelings, then my acting will improve. No, you need to linger on those and figure out what they are, and then you can add them into your acting. I head to the main street and get in my car. Then, the feeling of someone looking at me tickles the back of my neck.
Mhm.
Bum, bum, bum. Who is it? I turn around, but there's no one there. Oh, does he have a
気の
stalker?
せいだったかな。
He is an actor. He might have a stalker. That feeling is odd, to say the least. Still, I hop in my car and rest my foot over the gas pedal. It's Minerva. She's stalking. And Minerva's stalking him. I sense someone in my rearview mirror and shudder. I think about how creepy that feeling is as I drive off and head home. It's gotta be Minerva. She likes him. She's stalking him. She can make herself invisible and watch him. Ba, 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 ba. A few days later, there was no time to introduce any members who would be accepted by the agent who this shoot. Ugh, let me read this again. Sorry. There was no time to introduce any members who would be accepted by the agent this shoot. Okay, I guess. Shoot. Today's filming location was at Lost York Park. The staff are bustling around trying to get things ready.
衣装準備できました。
Woo!
遅くなりました。マフラー届きました。すぐ入れます。
This hustle and bustle is just a normal day for a Sillywood movie shoot. That said, I'm feeling nervous today. It's all because I'm not sure how Raul's acting is going to be perceived by the director. I think things are a lot better this morning, at least as far as I can tell. Even though Raul's dates were complete failures, his romantic acting seems like it's changed for the better. I'm watching over Raul closely today as he prepares himself. I hope that he'll get the go-ahead from the director. All he's doing right now is tilting his head from side to side, looking around the filming location in bewilderment.
あれここに置いておいた俺のタオル知らない？
Is Minerva stealing his stuff now?
あら見てないけれど。
Oh my gosh, she's really is a stalker. He's like, no, I brought it. Where's my
お
stuff?
かしいな。確かに置いたと思ったんだけど。キューピッドの矢の柄のタオル。
Minerva's stealing his stuff, I swear. Huh? I didn't know you had a Cupid towel.
うん。俺キューピッドも好きだから。最近はネプチューンの次ぐらいに好きかな。
Thanks, I guess. Well, that's utterly embarrassing. Cupid in the human realm basically takes the form of a young man. I kind of get why Raul likes Cupid. No matter what form Cupid takes, the fact that people always show love for the goddess of love makes me feel so happy.
実は君に言われてから俺もキューピッド女性説に目覚めちゃってさ。
Huh? Really now?
うん。それで調べ始めたらどんどん好きになっちゃってさ。見て。今俺の筆箱もキューピッド柄なんだ。
Cute! Raul digs around his back to take out the case, only to blink repeatedly in surprise.
ってあれ筆箱も
Who's
ない。
stealing his Cupid crap?
置いてきちゃったのかな。
Who's stealing his stuff?
じゃあそろそろ撮影入るぞ。みんな配置につけ。
Someone's
あ、
stealing
行
his
かなきゃ
stuff.
バッグよろしく。
Alright, bye. Sure. Raul passes me his bag, then quickly dashes off to a wardrobe so he can get ready. All of his Cupid themed items are gone? Wonder what's happening here. Huh. Maybe he just left them home, or maybe someone who's just as much of a Cupid fan took his things by mistake. Or he has a stalker who's stealing his stuff. Huh?
前にもよく物がなくなることがあったの。ストーカーがついた時よ。
See? Stalkers. Oh my gosh, I hate stalkers. What? Stalker following Raul around? Well, he is an actor. You can't be serious right now, can you? That's just a coincidence. He probably forgot to bring his things from home. I bet they're there. Then again, I'm starting to get some bad vibes too. Something feels off. Usually Raul leaves his bag wherever he drops it, but today he handed it to me. It's like he knows something's off. I clutch his bag tightly as a feeling of pressure surrounds me.
でも大丈夫よ。今までもよくあったことなの。なんとかなるわ。
You sure about that? Raul's agent quietly turns away and focuses on his acting. Raul Aconite, Sillywood star. I'm sure he has fans all around the world. That means there's a possibility that one of them will cross the line again and start stalking him. There's no assurance that someone won't try to find a way to steal his personal items. Ugh. Stalkers creep me out, man. That explained why the agent was so serious about a secondary background check. She wanted someone they could trust. Which also explains why Raul is the way he is and tends to keep to himself. In any case, I'll go check out his performance today. Whether or not there's a stalker around isn't something I can worry about right now. I need to help him with his acting. So far, so good today. The director is praising Raul's expressions and general performance. Things are looking up now. I knew that dating would help him, or well, that's at least what I thought. It helps that he has a lady who's obsessed with her job and is rejecting him, because that's the plot of the movie, so he understands the male lead's feelings a lot better. After the shoot ended, Raul's shoes were missing too. All this in addition to his items from this morning. Who stole his shoes? Poor guy can't even go home with his shoes. He ends up having to wear his acting shoes for the rest of the day. Oh, God, that would be horrendous. Oh, thank you. Poor sweetie.
これはまずいわね。
He's got a stalker again, huh?
ちょっと厄介だよね。
That day we decided to have a meeting at a nearby cafe.
物がしょっちゅうなくなるし、これは間違いなくストーカーね。
Why doesn't he have like bodyguards?
トイレ入ったらカメラまであったもんね。さすがに気づいてすぐ壊したけどさ。
Ew. Raul and the manager talk ever so casually about the situation, which is leaving me feeling baffled. Aren't you going to escalate this and take it to the police? There's nothing they can really do until they actually do something illegal, which is, I mean, cops don't stop crimes, they investigate them after it's happened already.
言っても無駄よ。今までも何度も言ってきたもの。でもシリウッド俳優ってだけで大抵は自己責任ってことにされるの。
Responsibility? What kind of answer is that? It's the answer they give you when nothing has happened yet. Because they clean up crimes.
そんなもんだよ。まあ仕方ないよね。
でも大丈夫よ。専属の弁護士には言っておくし、厄介なことになる前に警告はするわ。
そうそう。それに何かあってもパンクラチョンで対抗するから大丈夫だよ。
That won't help if you get shanked, dude.
いや、そこは SP に頼りなさいよ。
Alright, I forgot he has bodyguards.
ワニやピラニアより人間の方が戦いやすいから平気だよ。
How do you fight piranhas? they're small fish. Like, they're not tiny, but... And continue joking around, which goes to show they really are used to this kind of situation, which is kind of sad in its own way. I guess this is just part of Sillywood. I would hate it. Still, it's a major problem. I can't just turn a blind eye to what's happening to Raul. Can't imagine who would do such a thing, especially right now. It would make sense if he recently appeared in a movie or the front page of a magazine, but the film isn't even public yet. It's one of the girls you set him up with, probably.
そうね。経験上の勘で言えば、 この間ラウルとデートした3人のうちの誰かが怪しいわね。
What? Do you mean our members?
それはないよ。みんな俺に呆れてたし、さっさと帰っちゃったし。
そうならいいんだけど。
I bet it's the I should look into this further. If one of the Cupid Corp members are behind this, then the fault lies with me. Human feelings are incredibly complex. It's not rare to see people change their feelings one after another. In fact, some of the members even tell their advisor that they want someone they used to hate or even previously refused. In any case, please make sure Raul isn't left alone until things settle down. They've been through this before.
じゃあ先生が俺んち来る？
No. I said no. Thank you, but no thank you.
泊まればいいのに。
How would I protect you?
あら、それいいわね。
She just wants to hook us up, that's all. Excuse me, but it's not a smart idea when I haven't even had a chance to agree with you. Raul is casual as usual, but his agent is something else too. Yeah, because she wants you to hook up. Just don't stay out in the open alone. I'll do all the driving. Is that a plan?
ああ、心強いな。
Alright, fine. Manipulate the situation, Raul. Whatever. Raul flashes a huge grin at me. I can tell he's not even taking this seriously. Doesn't even see me as a protector. Or as protection, sorry. I'll have you know that I am a real god, you know. I am Cupid, the goddess of love. I can protect Raul if it comes down to it. How? You're not Mars! No, I will protect him if it comes down to that. It is my sacred duty as an advisor to provide Raul with an environment where he can flourish. I guess Poseidon did turn Medusa into the snake lady. Was it Poseidon? Something like that.
本当にあの子。
I said no.
帰っちゃった。
Good luck getting her back in your place, dude. I'm at home now, lying on my sofa alone after my teacher took me home. I told her she could come and chill, but she kept refusing and eventually left. Now I have to spend the night alone again. Because she knew that you had ulterior motives. I have a sudden realization while mumbling to myself. Since when have I thought being alone was boring? I usually go to bed and wake up alone. The only time I don't is when a girl asks me to sleep with her. My parents were busy when I was a kid, so being alone isn't new for me. I guess the only times I haven't been alone when I woke up have been the 3 times she's been over. Oh yeah, so other people are like me, they just go, well, that was fun. I'm gonna go home now. You can lock the door as I leave. Those 3 visits are burned into my mind. They're some of the best memories of my entire life. That is so sad. Which is probably why I want to spend my time with her instead of being alone. Aww. Poor baby. I do feel bad for him. Polishing my statues just isn't as much fun as before. Something just feels off. Even thinking about mythology isn't as fun as it used to be.
あ、そうだ。昨日ネットで買った復刻版の神話大全メモリアルブックが届いたんだった。
I'm sure that reading my new book will be a nice distraction. I quickly head to my apartment's delivery locker. There, I grab my package, but...
あれ?
Oh god, what is it? Looks like the packaging was already open once before. Oh no, someone went through your package. I opened the package. Inside was my book, plus another book of myths that I don't remember ordering. It's probably the first date lady. Later that day, Raul appeared at the shoot looking rather exhausted. Oh my, are you alright? You look tired.
ああ、平気平気。ちょっと昨日変なことがあってさ。
It's gotta be the archaeologist lady. Or the museum lady. I can't see it being the councilwoman's daughter. Something strange? Apparently, Raul thinks that his unknown stalker found out where he lives. Proof was in the package he ordered, which had been opened. To make things even weirder, someone was placing bread in front of his place as well. Bread? What is he, a bird?
ということでなんか不気味だからさ、
bread in his...
今日からホテルに泊まることにしたんだ。朝からその支度してたら疲れちゃった。
Are you sure you really don't need to tell the police?
それより家がバレるなんてまずいわ。
Yeah.
まさかラウル、また女の子を適当に捕まえて引き込んだりしてないでしょうね。
してないよ。先生にしちゃダメだって言われてからもうずーっとしてないよ。
What? You know about him sleeping around too? Everyone
どこ
knows.
もシリウッド俳優なんてこんなものよ。
It's like everyone knows. It's not a secret. Well, I guess so. My mind flashes back to the party, and suddenly I feel exhausted. I guess the movies project a certain image about actors. Behind the scenes, things are quite different. Yeah, well, Hollywood doesn't really. We all know how. We all know the not so secret secrets of Hollywood. By the way, Raul, what was the book that was slipped into your package?
それがさ、なんとキューピッドとプシケの物語を脚本化したやつが入ってたんだ。もしかして奥さんに姿を見せないキューピッドのふりでもしてるのかな。
Well, that's quite the thing to say. Doesn't feel good knowing someone's out there and misusing my name. I'd never do what the Stalker's doing in the first place. The story of Cupid and Fishy? Whatever. It's about how Cupid accidentally pricks his finger with his own arrow, right?
そうそう。もしかしたらストーカーさんも恋するつもりなかったのに恋しちゃったってところとかけてるのかもね。
I think it's the archaeologist lady. That doesn't excuse bad behavior. Finding Raul's place and opening his package is wrong no matter what way you look at it. I think it's a federal crime in the US. But at this rate, there's no telling what this stalker might do. Like, you could actually prosecute for that. Maybe not so much as stalking, but them opening your mail is highly illegal. Which is ironic. I've got to protect Raul from whoever this is. I'll take him back to the hotel he's staying at. Looks like I'll need to prepare him for the shoot and keep an eye on him. Guess I'm gonna stay in the hotel with you, Raul. Can't leave you alone, apparently. A few days later... Gonna figure out who this stalker is. We wrap up the shoot as usual. Right now, I'm walking with Raul on his way back to the hotel. Unfortunately, whoever is stalking him had found the hotel he was staying at, so we've been changing hotels every day now. This has to be exhausting, Raul. It always ends up looking drained after finishing filming for the day. That's why I've been keeping watch for him closely by escorting him to the hotel for the day. I can't believe I'm asking it again, but are you really sure that you don't need to tell the police about this?
やっぱりこの時期に騒ぎは起こしたくないからさ。監督にはたくさん迷惑かけてるし。
By trouble, Raul means with his acting. While the number of retakes have lessened, it's clear that the director still isn't fully satisfied with his performance. That's why he's so hesitant about making a fuss. It would be horrible if any rumors made their way into the tabloids. Still, Raul shouldn't have to bear the brunt of all this. Sure, the tabloids have a huge impact on public perception, but... Cupid Corp has its share of problems with the tabloids before. They even wrote lies about the president's relationship. Yeah, we were his wife for a day. Who knows what kind of effect they would have on Goddess on the Campbell part too, especially if Raul was in police custody. Why would he be in police custody? Under police protection, maybe. Suddenly, I noticed Raul looking over his shoulders frequently. Are we being followed?
ここのところずっとそうなんだよね。誰かが見ているような気がするっていうか。
I'm gonna laugh if it's Minerva. Minerva's a stalker.
つけられてる気がする。慣れてるつもりだけど、さすがに疲れたかな。
We could ask one of the other deities to or Chi to keep an eye out for the stalker. It's not like anyone else could see them. Raul flashes a weak, exhausted smile. It's enough that he's tired from filming. Now he has the stalker on his back too. Just use Chi. He's a divine beast. Have him watch Raul and keep a stalker away from him. But getting used to something doesn't mean you're immune to its effects. I swear this stalker is making my blood boil. Yeah, don't stalk people. This person actually likes Raul. They should spend their time more constructively rather than being a creep. How about we head there by taxi?
ああ、いや大丈夫。今日のホテルはすぐそこだからさ。
Yeah, but we can be easily followed by foot. On foot it is then. We carefully, cautiously make our way to the hotel. As we come to an open street...
危ない!
Am I gonna get hit by a car? Huh? Suddenly, Raul shoves me forward, which causes me to fall. Behind me, I hear screaming.
なんで飛び出してくるの?
Ah, Zello. Huh? I turn around and see red. Did she stab him? Raul! I cover my mouth to hold back the gasp clawing at my throat. Raul's arm is bleeding. Bright red blood. No, Raul, let me call an ambulance.
ああ、大丈夫。そこまでじゃないよ。かすり傷だから。
What, was she gonna stab us because she thinks we're banging? Well, I mean, we were, but... He waves his hand to show he's alright, but his fingers are so red from trying to cover the wound. Blood steadily drips to the ground as I look up to see the woman who appeared from the side. She has a knife in her hand. Of course she was going for me. Oh my gosh, woman. She's standing there in a daze, bloody knife in hand. She looks at Raul with confusion. It was the archaeologist... I knew it. It was the archaeologist who went on a date with Raul. I get up and rush to stand in front of Raul as cover. Then I give the archaeologist a stern glare. You're a Cupid Court member. What are you doing with that knife? Why are you attacking Raul?
違います。私、あなたの方を狙ったのに、彼が急に飛び出してくるから。
I'm his advisor. Wait, what? You're coming for me?
あなたが悪いんじゃないですか。いつも彼と一緒にいて、離れなくて。彼の恋人は私なのに。
Okay. No.
恋人?
Since when? His lover, Raul, don't tell me that you...
何もしてないよ。
It's like, what?
本当に何も言ってないし、普通に1時間デートしただけだけど。
Since when have you thought that you were his lover?
錯覚じゃありません。
You are?
でも俺は恋人になったつもりはないな。
What?
あんなに近い距離を歩いていたのにですか？ゼウスみたいに私の肩まで抱いて、さらにジェット機に乗ってあんなに移動したのに。
You took her on the jet? Come on, Raul. This is a bit of your fault leading her on, though, still.
それに初めてだったんですよ。あんな目を輝かせて私の話を聞いてくれるのも、私の服を褒めてくれたのも。
What?
正直最初は今回もないなって思いましたよ。ですが他の人と婚活でデートするたびにだんだんあなたを思い出してしまって。
Then why didn't you request him again?
私の考古学研究の話をとても興味深いと目を輝かせて聞いていた姿が日を追うごとに思い出されて、あんなに私に思わせぶりな素振りをしていたのに、私は何も答えてあげられなかったと。不意に後悔の念に襲われたんです。ですが人と付き合うなんて無理です。なので少しずつ彼のもので慣れていって、それでついに答えてあげようと思ったらあなたが。
Oh, okay. Well, that's a jump in logic. I'm gonna get used to you by stealing your shit. Why? She was, but you also know that she's his advisor. Pardon, but do you mean me? Also, you stole his things because you want to get used to him? Ma'am!
だから毎日見てました。彼があなたに付きまとわれているのを。だから彼女の私が排除してあげるべきだって。
Girl, like, you went on one date where you're gonna attack his manager because his manager's female too? Like, what? That's why you drew your knife on me? Did it even occur to you that you could just talk to me? Is your mouth so useless? Jeez, girl. First of all, I'm serving as his advisor for his acting career. I'm surprised you didn't approach me as a professional.
でも毎日 あなたは彼の家の前まで行ってて、早く守ってあげなきゃって。
So that gives you the right to assault us? Do you even realize that theft, regardless of reason, is a crime too, right?
付き合っていれば犯罪じゃありません。そうよ、結婚しちゃえば財産は分与されます。全部解決です。
And this is to get blacklisted from every single dating corporation ever. You're not lovers, and you're definitely not married to him, which means it's a crime regardless of what you think or feel.
だけど恋はします。恋をしていればなんだって女の子は許されるって本に書いてありました。
Only if the feeling's mutual, sweetheart. What fairy tale did you get that message from? Love doesn't mean you get to do whatever you want when you want.
なんですか？私と彼の間に入ってきて、あなたアドバイザーじゃない。会員同士を結婚させるのが仕事でしょ？
You said no.
私は彼とデートしました。だったら私と彼の仲を取り持ったらどうなんですか？
Oh, God. Alright. I would if things were consensual, but you're stalking him. Cupid Corp strictly prohibits that behavior.
ストーカーなんかじゃありません。好きなの。こんな気持ちになったの初めてなのよ。だから邪魔しないで。
Woo! She lost it. She cries out in a shrill voice and charges full tilt at me with her knife. Don't jump in front this time. Raul screams my name from behind me. The knife takes on an eerie glow under the streetlight. I have no intention of dying here nor being killed. I am a god. And I am the real deal Cupid. I want to approve of your twisted love. I'm gonna do my little magical girl transformation. I grab my necklace and position my bow. I'll change your heart with a single shot from my arrow and watch out, I never miss. No, honestly, I don't miss because you pissed me off. I wouldn't miss because you pissed me off, ma'am. Love prevails. Ha! Love isn't so simple. Can't reduce it down like that. Don't use your twisted desires as an excuse. Love is something far greater than a concept. And trust me, love doesn't exist in people who try to twist it to meet their horrible needs. Love doesn't harm. What rests in my hand isn't my golden arrow of love, it's my leaden arrow. The only arrow that can fix a situation. I think that's the hate arrow. I don't remember what it's called. Hey, ma'am, you need to take a chill pill right now. I loose my arrow before she can even take a step towards me with her knife. The leaden arrow soars through the air and... Now, go fall in love with a tree or something. It strikes the archaeologist's heart, and just like that, she freezes in place. Then she lets go of the knife. You need to press charges. She still stabbed him.
私、なんでこんなところに?
Alright, bye. She looks at Raul with a blank expression on her face. Then she frowns. She's completely oblivious now.
何? 映画の撮影か何かですか?
Yes, bye. Why, yes it is. We're just rehearsing.
まあ、私には関係ありませんから。失礼します。
What is that?
何あの男。嫌な感じね。
What? She fussily pushes her glasses and walks away. Together, Raul and I watch her walk away. Then we let out mutual sighs of relief. How am I going to explain this to him? Thank goodness, looks like I was able to extinguish the flame of her love. It's been a while since I've used my powers. It feels good to know that my identity as Cupid was still within me. I promised to never use my arrow until I showed Dad a thing or two, but this was a special situation, so it doesn't count. Changing the rules of the game. Anyway. Now that things are all said and done, I'm feeling a bit of regret. I'm supposed to be Cupid, the goddess of love. Yeah, I wasn't able to lead this woman in the right direction at all. I don't know, some people are crazy. I transform my bow back into a necklace and turn around, only to discover Raul looking at me wide-eyed. Yeah, he kind of did that in front of him.
Cupid だったの?
Hi. Well... Oh shoot, I can't believe this. You forgot he was there. Raul is known as the obsessive parasite and a member of Parasite 5. Of course, his obsession is...
今のはもしや鉛の矢? あの人の恋心を消したんだね?
Yeah. Well, I suppose I did.
すごいすごいすごいすごいすごいよ本物のキューピッドだなんて
And now I have a stalker. Fantastic. He embraces me so hard that my back cracks. My hips. I try pushing myself away only to see Raul look at me with the brightest expression I've ever seen. His eyes are so happy.
やっぱり神はいたんだキューピッドはいたんだキューピッドは
Yes.
女の子だったんだ
I guess.
これは大発見だ業界に新刊が走るよ俺のそばに本物のキューピッドがいただなんてアポロンとダフネの話は本当だったんだ本当にキューピッドは金の矢と鉛の矢を持っていたんだねこんなに効果が絶大なんだとしたらアポロンがますますかわいそうに思えてきたよ月桂樹になるぐらい嫌われたんだからねつまり俺も彼女にそれぐらい嫌われたってことだこれでストーカーともおさらばなんだありがとう俺を救ってくれて
You're welcome, let go. Yes, yes, you're welcome, but can you let go of me now? I need to breathe.
でも本物のキューピッドってことは君の D コンセンテスについての話は真実だったってことだよねつまりネプチューンはやっぱり男でそれとキューピッドが女の子なのも本当でちょっと待ってそれだと俺の仮説が全部間違いで
Just pat him on the shoulder and
いや
walk away.
それよりも大変だ現代にも神がいるってことはアップデートされているから古代ギリシャ時代の常識なんてとっくになくなってて
You can calm down now. Raul.
もしや神の世界は
Grab his
SF み
face
た
and
い
be
に
like,
なってるんじゃ
grab the face.
ねえ教えて君はどんなところで暮らしてたのスマホとか PC 使いこなしてるよねってことは
Oh my gosh.
深海には電気が通っているってことあつまり SNS 見たりしてるかもしれなくて俺のファンの中にも神がいるかもしれない
At this point, I'd be like, I'm gonna go.
あと俺を救ってくれたネプチューンについて教えてほしいんだ今も神って祭りの時はちゃんとこの世界に来てくれるんだよねあでも君は
Raul, please.
リスクだって言ってたよね怪我
Just
すると思っ
grab
て
his face.
つまり神であっても人間界に来たら脆くなるってことでもこうしてキューピッドの矢は使えるし
Oh my gosh.
となると自然現象ももしや科学的に証明されている時代ではあるけれど今も神がいるなら雷は今もゼウスが操っているということだ
Oh my gosh, he's never gonna leave us
そ
alone
して
now.
航海に出る前にネプチューンに祈るのは今の時代でも本当なら欠かしちゃいけないことでだからタイタニック号はきっと
Wait,
あというか俺君と寝たってことは将来俺の名前が神話で登場するゼウスと寝たイオやったないみたいに
oh my gosh, no.
どうしよう俺が神話の一部に
Oy, oy, oy. Raul. I headbutted him to stop in his tracks. Thank you. Ouch, bad idea. Raul was holding me so tightly that all I could do was literally use my head to stop him. Oh, she couldn't grab his face. Okay. Sure that I'm God, but he's going to choke the literal life out of me at this rate. Please let me go, Raul. I need to breathe.
ごめん
Put me down. All right, let's go. Finally, Raul lets me free. Oh my gosh, what a doofus. He still has a bright, childlike look in his eyes as he gawks at me. Looks like my impromptu headbutt didn't do anything.
本物のキューピッドだキューピッドってこんな姿だったんだ
Time to just walk away.
ねえよければまたさっきみたいに弓矢を見せてほしいんだけど
No.
あとよければ写真も
No, this isn't a meet and greet. Bye. Don't treat me like Cupid. What you see standing before you is the Cupid Corporation's top bridal advisor. I'll use my power because it was an it was an emergency. Otherwise, I would have kept my true identity secret. I did that because I need to protect you, Raul. You can't treat me like a god. Got it? Down here, I'm just your everyday normal human being. Understood? Did I make myself clear? I scold Raul with all my might. Finally, he calms back down. He's cowering a little, as if he's regretting his actions. He's also looking at me with big puppy dog eyes. Oh my gosh.
ごめんなさいつい本物の神だと思ったらテンション上がりすぎちゃって
Just give him a pat and be like, alright, I'm gonna go home now.
そうだよね。
You're fine.
神である以前に君は一人の女の子なんだ。気をつけるよ。
He looks repentant, but I could tell he secretly wants to continue asking me every question he can. Maybe I should just leave. Yes, just be like, alright, I'm going home. As I mull over the situation, it suddenly occurs to me that Raul is still injured and bleeding. It took you long enough to... I kind of forgot about that too. Raul! Oh my, are you alright? Does your cut hurt?
怪我？別に平気だけど。
That may not be a good thing. He lifts his arm up as proof. Actually, the bleeding stopped, but the cut on his arm looks horrible. Let's get you to the hospital. We need to get that wound looked at as soon as possible. Yeah, because you're
これ
acting.
ぐらいの怪我平気だよ。病院行って騒ぎになりたくないし。
It's gonna get infected and it could affect your job.
普通
Just
に
go
俺
get
の家にある
fixed.
サバイバルセットの中の医療道具で処置すれば大丈夫。
Alright, let's go back home then. Survival kit?
うん。俺、よく旅先で怪我するからさ。消毒薬も包帯もたくさん持ってるんだ。こんなのアマゾンでピラニアに噛まれた時に比べれば、猫に引っかかれた程度だよ。
How are you
だか
not
ら、
covered in
病院
scars,
へは行かな
sir?
くて平気。
Mm.
でも、自分じゃ包帯巻きづらそうな位置だから、君も手伝ってくれると嬉しいな。
Is he trying to get us back home again? Every opportunity he can get, I guess. And so, here I am once again at Raul's house. Only this time I'm helping him tend to his wound.
はあ、やっぱ自分の家が一番だよね。
I would feel really
ここに
awkward.
帰ってこられて本当に良かったよ。
Very awkward in this
君のお
situation.
かげだね。
Because I'd be like, ah, crap. I have, like, naked pictures of this person's family on my walls and statues of their parents. It's kind of weird. Regardless of how things went, I'm glad I was able to eradicate the archaeologist's fanatic love. Now Raul is safe. Similar to the golden arrow, which makes people fall in love, the leaden arrow dispels love for 30 days. So she's only going to not be a stalker for 30 days. Typically, the golden arrow is used on people who are predestined to be together. The effect remains after 30 days. The leaden arrow is used to lead people back to the right path. So once their love fades, they go back to their normal lives. Good. Maybe she won't be a stalker next time. However, even after 30 days, I'm sure that she'll never love Raul like that again. If she ever decides to use Cupid Corp again, I'll make sure she's properly led down her path to the right person. And tell her that even if she turned the guy down, she can also go back and go on another date again. For now, Raul can kiss hotel hopping goodbye. In a way, I sort of regret using my leaden arrow back there, but now that I see him safe and sound, I feel content.
それで医療セットはと。
Hey! You're dorkable. Freaking himbo, I love you. Raul merrily hums a tune as he drags a huge backpack out from his closet. Besides a first aid kit with everything you need inside, it's definitely showing signs of frequent use.
この怪我ならこれとこれでいいな。
As long as he keeps everything refreshed, it would work,
じ
I
ゃ
guess.
あ手当てお願いしていいかな。
Alright. Of course. So all I need to do is disinfect the wound, then wrap it up, right?
うん、よろ
Yeah,
しく。
but it can't be too loose and it can't be too tight, so you gotta be careful. Don't let cut off circulation. We sit down next to each other on the sofa while I check on Raul's wounded arm. First thought that occurs to me is that he's a lot more muscular than most people. Well, he works out all the time. I have to admit, Raul must never miss arm day. But he's been using that bench press every single day. I have to hand it to him. Raul is serious about being an action star. Raul leans forward towards me as I keep touching his arm and hand.
くすぐったよ。
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I was just impressed with how muscular you are. Let me tend to your wounds. I take the antiseptic and cotton balls out from the kit, then soak the cotton and clean his wound with it. Honestly, she should be used to that because she literally hangs out with, like, Apollo. And well, I guess they don't really see her very much. I imagine it stings a bit, but Raul is still humming that wordless tune. He even sits still like he's completely unfazed. He said that his wound is nothing compared to piranha bites, so I suppose he's used to getting banged up a lot. Well, he is an action star. Then again, he learns how to perform through experiences. That's how he became an action-centric movie star. If Glass Upon the Camel was an action movie, Raul wouldn't have to go on these dates, of course. That means he wouldn't have ended up with a stalker or gotten hurt like this. It also means he wouldn't have met me. I wrap his wound tightly with the bandage, then tape the end. I add an extra layer for good measure, better safe than sorry. And I call that a wrap.
ありがとう。
Ah, dad jokes. He rolls his shoulder once and lets out a frown that betrays the pain he's in.
いってて。これは痛みが取れるまで3日ぐらいかかりそうだ
How
な。
are you gonna do? Well, I guess he's not doing any action stuff, so maybe he'll be fine. Are you sure you'll be okay? You still have a shoot tomorrow.
まあ大丈夫だよ。包帯部分は衣装で隠れるだろう
Just
し。
tell them I have a
代わ
cut.
りに今日はちゃんとおとなしくしてる。
I hurt my arm, so just don't have her grab me on the arm. This arm. If that's the case, then let me make dinner for you tomorrow. Better to move around as little as possible.
本当？嬉しいな。じゃあ一緒にトロイア戦争の映画でも見ない？神から見た見解を。
How about a movie about romance? That way you can prepare for tomorrow's shoot without moving that sore arm of yours.
はい。
Plus, she's the god of love, so she would probably like love romance movies. Raul goes silent and agrees with little fuss. He really is quite compliant when the need arises. He's not chilling with Mars, the god of war, so you lay here, I'll take care of the hard part, got it?
はーい。
Alright. Raul flops onto the sofa while I put away the first aid kit. This will be the second time I make a meal at his place. I'm sure things will go fine. I should probably make something he can eat easily with like with a spoon. That in mind, I get started on dinner. I don't know why I was switching those words around. I can hear the sound of something being grilled in the kitchen. I continue to lay on the sofa and close my eyes as the throbbing in my arm continues.
まさかナイフで怪我するなんて思わなかったな。
It's another experience. I did my best to put on a brave face, but honestly, my arm hurts like nobody's business. Better take something.
彼女、泊まっていってくれないかな。
Probably not. I wouldn't mind having some company tonight. I'm a bit rattled after everything that happened. I kinda want her to pamper me. It's the first time I've ever desired that.
でも、泊まっていってって言ったら、
Yes.
ダメ
Yes, she will.
って怒られるんだろうな。
Probably. I can't believe I touched her without permission. I'm pretty sure she thinks I'm a total player because of it. You are. She thinks you're a player because you are. I don't want her to think of me like that. That's why I have to be more mindful of how I interact with her from now on.
でも、そっか。
Yeah.
彼女はキューピッドだったから、きっと俺が軽率に寝るのにも、あんなに怒ったんだな。
She's a god of love, which means matters of the heart are her entire world. That's why I need to show some restraint, but even though she's Cupid, I don't think she understands my feelings for her. No, you don't even understand your feelings for her. Sure, I want to kiss her and sleep with her. Heck, I'm ready for her to stay with me until the sun burns out. Is this feeling because I'm excited about her being a god, or was it in my heart before I knew that? Whatever the case, all I know is that my heart is racing right now. I can almost hear it thumping in my chest.
だって本物のキューピッドがこんな目の前にいるなんて思わないし。
I think I finally get what my fans feel towards me. I'm reacting like someone seeing their favorite movie star. I feel like I'm on cloud 9 because I've seen a real god.
あの子が自分の家にいるって思っただけで、なんだか落ち着かないや。
Aww. I slap a hand onto my chest to try to calm my heartbeat down. Then I glance towards the kitchen. I can see that she's wearing an apron as she works to make dinner. That alone is making my heart ache. I'm happy that she's here, but knowing that she's really the god Cupid is confusing me beyond my wildest beliefs. Cupid saved me personally with her leaden arrow. Neptune saved me from food poisoning. The gods are constantly saving me. That was Minerva, but okay. Can you blame me for liking legends and myths and lore so much? That's why my heart is racing now that I'm hanging with a god. You're so close to the point, but you're just missing it. Still, something feels off. I kind of don't want to bother her about her godhood or any myths right now. She might get mad. She said she sealed off her powers as a god in order to live as a mortal woman. If so, then I need to treat her like any other woman. At the end of the day, she's a Cupid Corp advisor. She's also helping me improve my acting, and she's my very cute friend.
Girl, dude,
you're almost there.
どうしよう。こんなに他人の気持ちが気になったの初めてだよ。
I lived my life pretty freely, so I don't know how to act in this kind of situation. I want her to keep liking me. All I know is I need to be a lot more serious. I have to stop constantly bringing up gods and follow her advice. I'm sure that's the right thing to do. You're so close to the point, but you're missing it. You're missing it. Getting hungry? Ugh, he's asleep. I don't know how he fell asleep. Just finished cooking dinner and decided to go check on Raul. He groggily bobbed his head as if he was on a boat. You could have gone to sleep, dude.
いい匂い。
Raul lifts his head with glassy eyes. It looks like the smell of dinner woke him up. I quickly check his temperature. I think he has a fever. I touch his arm. The skin around his wound is warmer than the rest of him. Raul, are you okay? Do you think you can eat? Or would you rather go back to sleep right now?
ご飯食べたいな。もうお腹ペコペコ。何作ってくれたの?
I would make soup. Risotto. Figured something warm and easy to eat would be best. Risotto is a good choice.
食べる食べる。
Alright. He takes the spoon I'm holding and scoops up a bite. I sit across from him and start eating my own portion of risotto. Risotto is delicious. I love risotto. After taking a few bites, I notice that Raul is frowning. His face is pinched with pain. It also looks like he's barely staying awake. I shouldn't be surprised. He's been under a lot of stress lately, especially since he's had to hop from hotel to hotel. Even then, he still went to every shoot and kept up his normal casual manner to avoid worrying anyone. Even with all that, he still protected me and ended up injured. Memories of tonight flash in my mind. I can almost feel him pushing me away from that looming danger. It's all my fault he was injured. The archaeologist was targeting me after all.
どうしたの?
Yeah, I'd feel pretty upset too. Raul noticed that I had stopped eating. He really should be worrying about himself more than me right now. I shake my head to dispel my worrisome thoughts. Still, I feel kind of pathetic. I'm so sorry, Raul. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have been injured tonight.
そんなこと気にしなくていいよ。俺がいなきゃ君が一人の時に狙われてたかもしれないしさ。君、今は人間と同じ体なんでしょ？ならむしろ守れてよかったよ。キューピッドが世界からいなくなったら大問題だよ。
Pretty sure even if her human body died, she'd just kind of pop back into her celestial one. But Raul, you still have filming to do. I feel horrible. If only I could heal wounds like Lord Apollo.
大丈夫だよ。
You could call Apollo, be like, hey,
キューピッドの仕事は恋結びでしょ？怪我を治すとかそんな描写見たことないよ。
Just call down Apollo. Like, hey, but Raul.
人は人って言うでしょ？神も同じだよ。それに俺、別に傷を癒してほしくて神のことを好きになったんじゃないしさ。もちろん神話が好きになったのはネプチューンに助けてもらったのがきっかけだけど。
But like, actually, that wasn't Neptune, but okay. Wait, you said that Neptune saved you?
そう。一番右にある石像見える？あれは俺がネプチューン祭りでオイスターに当たって死にそうな時に見た神の姿なんだ。
I set my plate down on the table and stare at the stone statue next to Raul's window. But like, that's not Neptune, that's Minerva.
あの神が現れた途端、死ぬかもって思った痛みや苦しみが全部消えてった。
But like, that's not.
だから俺はネプチューンに命を救われたんだよ。
You already told you Neptune's a dude. Raul looks up at the statue with genuine admiration. That statue he's looking at is Minerva. Yeah, it's Minerva. Like I told you, Neptune's a guy. The statue on the far right, the one you brought to the share house for Parasite house, that's my Auntie Minerva. I didn't tell him back then, but it feels so good to finally be able to say it out loud and know I'm right.
Minerva Shin?
Yeah.
そうだったんだ。
We told you Neptune was a guy.
でも、そうだよな。ネプチューンが女性って結構無理あるんじゃって実は自分でも思ってたんだよね。
No, you didn't. You fought for that, man. You fought.
ネプチューン祭りで見たからネプチューンだってずっと思ってたんだけど、そっか。
I mean, she is the goddess of
俺を
what,
助
the
けてくれ
arts?
たのはミネルヴァ神だったんだ。
Why wouldn't she be at a festival? She likes arts and stuff. In most cases, gods don't involve themselves with humans. Are you sure she saved you?
うん。確かにあの顔の人に助けられたよ。ここで死ぬ運命じゃないとか言われてさ。それにあれはミネルヴァ神そっくりなんだよね。
I guess I'll need to go have a talk with our aunt. Well, yes, it does. I'll admit that I was quite surprised when I first saw it. Really captures her appearance. The other statues range from slightly off to completely wrong, but that statue of Auntie is spot on. If anything different, it's that she always has her eyes closed. The statue has her eyes wide open. That's basically negligible when you think about it. It'd be like arguing over the exact spelling of her name.
じゃあきっと本当に俺はミネルヴァ神に助けられたんだよ。たまたま似るなんて
I mean,
そんなことないと思うし。
That much is definitely true. My auntie loves the human world. I wouldn't be surprised if she popped into the Neptune Festival. Still, I can't see her going to such lengths to save Raul. First of all, Lord Jupiter would be mad if he found out someone used their powers down here. They're Vine and Celestia, of course. Maybe she saved him from Celestia. I can't help but find it hard to believe she'd save one human without a good reason. I have to imagine that Auntie was there by coincidence and that Raul was actually saved by a doctor who happened to be there. Regardless, that statue is scary accurate. But Auntie would love to see such a well-made statue. You mind if I snap a picture of the statue? I'd like to send it to my aunt. He's like, yeah.
もちろんだよ。光栄だよ。よければ他の石像も。
Thanks for the offer, but they don't really look like the gods, to be honest.
似てない？そうなの？
Yes. But yeah, Dad, Lord Mars looks a lot more stern, and he has a beard, and it's super tall. And it's super tall. His clothes are different too.
それは耳寄りな情報だ。よければ絵に描いてくれない？
That would just be weird. Like, no. Raul jumps up and grabs a pen and paper and shoves them into my hands. I think I activated the enthusiast in him. I can't draw. I barely even know how to doodle. Isn't this the kind of thing that's best left to your imagination anyway?
そうかな。俺は君がキューピッドだって知られて
Like, I'll take pictures of them in Celestia or something. I don't know. Why? Because I'm your one-way ticket to some heavenly details about the gods?
まさかこんな可愛い子が恋結びしてくれるって分かったからだよ。
Thanks for that compliment. He smiles and takes my hand as if trying to silently tell me his intent.
君からキューピッド女の子説を聞いてから俺もその線で調べ事をしていたって言ったでしょ？
Yes. Now that he's mentioned it, I do.
でさ、どんな顔なのかなって思ってたんだけど、いくら想像しても君になっちゃってたんだ。
Thanks. Are you joking?
うん。俺にとってのキューピッドはずっと君だったから。でも正解だったなんて本当に驚きだよ。俺、本物のキューピッドに恋の演技を教えてもらってたんだね。それなのに全然ダメで不甲斐ないな。
You're not a failure, Raul. I know you're doing your best. I see how hard you're trying. If anything, I'm the pathetic one. I'm supposed to be the god of love, yet I haven't been able to show what it really means to love. For that, I'm so sorry.
多分
Aww.
大丈夫だよ。もう、ね。
Did your brain click on? My heart leaps in my chest as he squeezes my hand a bit tighter. His eyes are fiercely shining with passion. Raul is looking at me like a man in love. Wait a moment. I feel like a deer caught in the headlights of an oncoming car. Raul smiles at the sight of me frozen in place.
明日 演技で見せるよ。
Okay.
それよりさ、よかったら他の石像も見てくれない？君の見解が聞きたいんだ。
Oh, Raul. In the flash, Raul's eyes are back to that fevered look he gets when he's talking about myths. Maybe I was just seeing things. Raul gets up, tugging me along towards the statues. Like, dude, I have seen these.
この石像はヴィーナスのつもりなんだけど、どう？似てる？似てない？
I tilt my head and look the statue over. Well, I think Mom would be happy to see it, but to be honest, it's slightly off.
そっか。っていうか本当にヴィーナスはキューピッドの母親なんだね。そこは神話と一緒だ。
I mean, well, if we're talking specifics, it is different. Explaining the truth would only make things more complicated, so I decided to let Raul have his fun.
それでどこら辺が惜しいの？
Well, Mom's face is a bit more elegant. She has thicker lips, longer lashes. Oh, and she's never naked. She's always dressed.
ああ、そっか。
I would be like,
石像でも絵画
you're
で
making
も
me stare at the
裸が多いか
statue.
ら神様ってみんな裸なのかなとか思ってた
Oh,
け
that
ど
would be so awkward.
よく考えるとすっぱだかじゃ寒いよね。
Yeah.
というかもしやヌードは美術的技法として理想の美を描くために選ばれただけで
Yeah, I
本
guess.
物の美の女神はその表現に使われただけ？
Sure. Raul begins to mumble to himself, then he takes his scarf and wraps it around the statue's neck. Then grabs a shirt and jacket and dresses the statue.
こんなのとかどう？
I'm sure Mom would be pleased. Let me snap a picture for her. Oh wait, Mom doesn't have a smartphone. Plus she and Auntie aren't on the best of terms.
スマホ持ってる神と持ってない神がいる
Oh,
の？
Minerva uses them. Well, the only god who has a smartphone is Aunt Minerva. She's the one who taught me how to use mine.
へえ、さすが知恵と戦の神だ
Wisdom and war,
ね。
that's what it was.
そっか。ミネルヴァだけがスマホ持ってるんだ。
She likes your movies too, dude. Raul makes another mental note. His childlike glee shines in his eyes. By the way, I've been meaning to ask this, but where do you get these statues from?
ああ、これはみんな美術展や骨董品店で集めてきたんだ。
You can buy these statues like this
ネプチ
everywhere.
ューンじゃなかった。ミネルヴァだけ俺がスケッチしたのをもとに石像屋に作ってもらったんだけどね。
Ah. So then where'd you thrift this from? Mentioned to the suit of armor next to the statues. It's been bothering me ever since I first saw it. The armor is heavily rusted and looks old enough to be in a history museum.
ああ、これはね、アレキサンダー大王の鎧だよ。
I doubt it's... What? You mean that person touted as a legendary hero who never lost a battle? That Alexander the Great? I recall learning about him during uni. I always thought he was fiction, so I was shocked when I found out he was real. The stories about him are so surreal. He seems like a made-up person, but truth is always stranger than fiction. You're a freaking god. Why did you think he's
そう
weird?
そう。マケドニアの王様で自分はゼウスの血を引いてるって言ってた史上最強の王様だよ。彼はヘラクレスとアキレウスの血を両親から受け継いでるんだって。憧れるよ。トロイア戦争で活躍したアキレウスも好きなんだけど、やっぱ一番はアレキサンダー大王だよな。
As someone who's friends with an archaeologist, I am so used to people like this.
なんと言っても当時絶対倒せないとまで思われたペルシャを打ち破った戦いぶりがかっこいいよね。
Like this one time she invited me over so we could watch what was it, old biographies, I don't know, story things about like about Columbus and stuff, and she's like the whole time she's like, that's wrong. I was like, oh, this is great. I love her.
32歳で熱病にかかって死ななければ世界全土を征服していたかもしれないとまで言われる大英雄アレキサンダー。
We got along because she was a, what did she call herself? A Mayanist, because her mom was also specifically studied the Aztec and Mayans. And so she kind of went into that field. And then there's me who was focusing on the Asian countries. And so we had these like little talks. We both nerded out to each other. She's
彼
great.
がもしもっと長く生き
I
ていれ
miss
ば
her. She moved.
きっと今の世界も形が違っただろうね。
She's
ああ、そんな世界も見てみたかったな。
she's doing actual archaeological digs down in South America. It's great to see her pictures though. Wow, I never knew you were so into Alexander the Great.
いや
Nah.
父さんから子供の頃にこの鎧をもらってからすっかり大ファンになっちゃったんだ。
Oh.
いつかアレキサンダー大王役やるのが夢だよ。
Do your parents not have love? Your father? So does he like Alexander the Great as well?
うんうん。父さんはただ発掘しただけ。確かサマルカンドあたりから出てきたって言ってたか
So
な。
he just gave you a suit of armor they found in a dig? Wait, excavation site?
言ってなかったっけ。父さんは考古学者なんだ。それであちこちの発掘作業に参加してるんだけど、いいのがあったら俺に送ってくれるんだ。この間もアレキサンダー大王の使っていた杯が届いたし。
Interesting. Wait, hold the phone. I didn't know that. In fact, this is the first time I've heard about any of this.
あれってことはもしかして母さんが考古学者なことも言ってなかった？
It's news to me. So wait, you mean to tell me that both your parents are archaeologists?
そうそう。二人とも考古学者で冒険家なんだ。それで子供の頃は両親に連れられて、
Well, why didn't you become an
俺も世界
archaeologist?
中を旅してたんだよね。
Why didn't he become an archaeologist
ラル
then?
未知の財宝が呼んでいる。行くぞなんてい
That's fun.
きなり言われてさ。
Probably learned a lot more.
学校休んでついていったっけ。
Probably learned a lot more. Raul's eyes go soft like he's lost in memories of his childhood. Sounds like you have really fascinating parents.
学校におとなしく学びに行くよりも大切なことがあるなんて言っててさ。すごくフリーダムで楽しかった。懐かしいな。発掘調査だって言ってアマゾンの奥地の遺跡を見に行ったり、砂漠のオアシスにある神殿を調査したり、あの頃マルタに捕まって川で流されたり、サバンナでライオンに追いかけられたりしなきゃ今の俺はいなかったよ。
Oh my gosh. I see. So that's how Raul got to be the mythology-loving action movie star. Makes sense with parents like that. That would also explain why he had such a well-prepared first aid kit. So both his parents are archaeologists. At the thought of that, I recall a memory. The woman who stalked Raul immediately comes to mind. Both of Raul's archaeologist parents must have a solid relationship. In a way, it seemed the same for Raul and his date. I was also sure that Raul and the archaeologists were going to be a perfect match. After all, my power is matchmaking. I'm sure those two would have been great in a different situation. Maybe it was just a matter of me needing to trust her more. Maybe I need to stay out of Raul's life more. I can't help but ponder my regrets. After all, it only took a few missteps to lead to that bad ending in Raul's wounds. Perhaps if they met on different terms, or if I'd offer better support, then maybe love would have flourished between them. After thinking things over, I come to a sudden realization. Raul's stab wounds. Oh my gosh, Raul, this is no time for all chit-chat. You need to rest and worry about your wounds.
平気だよ。旅してた頃はもっとひどい怪我をしたことだってあるし。だからさ、こんな怪我大したことないんだ。それより俺はもっと君と話したいよ。だって君は
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. You need sleep, Raul. You're barely staying awake as is. Raul blushes and lets out a huge sleepy yawn.
ご飯食べて元気になったって思ったんだけどな。なんだか急に眠くなってきちゃった。俺もっと君とゆっくり話したいんだけどな。
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Raul rubs his eyes, fighting the sleepiness tugging at his eyelids. He clearly needs to rest from his injury. Come on, time for bed, Raul. I'll go get your bed ready. You need to rest so you can heal. I shove at Raul, trying to make him go up to his bedroom on the second floor, but he's not moving one bit. Just get a blanket, put him on the couch. Raul?
一つだけお願いしていい？
Yes, what can I do? If you need me to get something, then I...
今日泊まっていってほしいんだ。
Fine. Pardon? I'd be like, fine. I look at his face. Once more, he's giving me those big, sad puppy dog eyes. Don't fall for it! We're going to. I know we are. Raul's message is clear, even though through his sleepiness and fever. Oh, he has a fever, right? I wouldn't leave him because he has a fever. He's not playing around or trying to sleep with me. He's serious about wanting me here. Well, he is not feeling good.
あったし
And, oh yeah, the traumatic event that happened earlier. Completely forgot that.
おとなしく寝るからさ。
What should I do? I look away for a moment, avoiding his earnest gaze. I feel it burning into me. Let's not leave him alone. He kind of got traumatized a little bit. Clarice is going to absolutely never let me live this down if she finds out I'm here. But in my heart, I know I don't want to leave Raul alone either. In a way, I feel like it's my fault that he got stalked and then injured too. I feel obligated to stay as part of my work as his advisor. Plus, he said he wouldn't do anything. It's okay, right? Fine, I'll spend the night just to make sure you're safe.
やった。
And you have a fever, and I kind of need to make sure you don't get sick. Ta-da! Yeah. Suddenly, Raul flashes me a tired, feverish smile. It's clear that his condition is worsening. Yeah, I need to make sure he's not going to get sick. Going to clean up, so why don't you head upstairs and get some rest?
待ってるね。
Alright, bye. Raul wobbles his way upstairs to his bedroom with a pleased smile on his face. Aww. He's so cute sometimes. Most of the time. I like him. So I watch him shakily make his way to his bedroom. I reassure myself that yes, this is the right choice. Aww. It's already 2 in the morning. Dude, go to sleep. She didn't give you pain meds? My throbbing arm wakes me up. I guess it's because I slept on my side. Why did she sleep on your side?
結構痛いな。
Yeah, pain meds.
痛み止め切れちゃったか。
Pain meds. I place my hand on my clammy forehead, then let out a sigh. I can feel the throbbing pain from my wound all over. No way I can stomach the medicine without eating something first. I guess I'll just go back to sleep so I can ignore it. No, you need to just eat some crackers and then force the pills down. But the pain is strong enough that it's hard to fall asleep again. That's when I decide to turn over to my other side. Yeah. Betty, she's actually sleeping next to me. That means she took my request seriously and decided to stay the night. I never felt so at ease with someone in my bed next to me. This is the first time I've ever craved that feeling too.
ずっと
Aww.
出会いと別れはセットだったもんな。
Yeah, when you travel a lot. It's been close to impossible for me to have someone long-term due to my constant travels, yeah. I met loads of people and learned something new every time. I'm glad I've been able to live that kind of life. Very satisfying life from my perspective. But I never once thought I'd be satisfied with lying next to someone like this.
ね。起きてる？
No, I'm asleep. Leave me alone. I whisper those words to her. In return, all I get is her soft, deep breathing. I guess she's pretty worn out too. I reach out to take her hand. It's hard to believe she's really next to me. That alone dulls my pain. At least a little. Go get some pain meds, dude. Next thing I know, I feel warm, fuzzy feeling all over. A strange pang of emotion ripples in my chest. It kind of tickles. Take her small hand and roll over closer to her and... Aww. No! You said you don't like when girls do that to you! Why are you doing it to us? Don't do that to us! It's cute. It's fine. A prince kissing his princess. That's the kind of kiss I sneak her in her sleep. And you were complaining about girls doing that to you, sir. You hypocrite. A kiss that's nothing more than a brief touch. The lightest kiss I've ever given a woman in my life. Yet that single chaste kiss has my heart racing. My heartbeat is so loud that I can hear it thudding in my chest. I can feel my blood coursing through my veins. A sound like crashing waves fills my ears. All of these sensations fill me with emotions I've never felt before. Aw, did you hit the target now? I know what this is. The feeling inside me aren't meant to be taken lightly. These feelings, this emotion, a kind, precious feeling. I now know the name of this feeling inside my racing heart. No.
俺が今まで知らない感情なんて一つぐらいしかないじゃないか。
But I'm not sure that I'm 100% right. For now, I'll just assume what I'm feeling.
ね。
Aww. I whisper her name and gently kiss her again. I wonder if she'll scold me if she finds out. I would. I'd be like, seriously. Not serious, but yeah. Not that I can hold these feelings back any longer. Cupid was worried that I didn't understand love, yet now she's here as a human woman who's willing to scold me.
確かに
Aww.
全然神っぽくないや
What's that supposed to mean? I chuckled softly into the... Hang on. I chuckled softly into the darkness of the room. She's sleeping soundly without a clue. She really is just like any other human woman. She puffs her cheeks when she's angry and she stumbles through life too. Sure, she's Cupid, but to me, this teacher is just a normal human woman. She told me that she wanted to be human, yet she went through all of that trouble and even used her godly powers for me. I'm just honestly so thankful she's worried about me, God or not. I feel like someone special to her. Aw, because you are. She doesn't understand it either. You're both stupid, and I love it. That's why I want to be by her side for as long as I can. With her here, I know I can rest easy.
おやすみ
Aww. I love the character development. They're so irritating when you first start the route, and then they're so cute. I whisper those words as soft as I can manage and kiss her one more time. Sorry, I would wake up immediately if someone touched me. Like, what? Feeling satisfied and at peace, I lay next to her and then quietly closed my eyes. Aw, he's so sweet now. Now that he's out of his himbo stage. Aw. Alright, that was a long chapter, guys. The first step of love. I'm gonna end it there. The next morning. Alright, so I'm gonna end it. That was a long one. We should be getting pretty close to the end now. His character development, he realized that he likes her. Now she needs to realize that she does in fact like him and to be okay with that. Yeah. I will see you guys next time. Bye.